Imagine a world without tanks, planes, or even gunpowder. A world where empires were built and defended by the sheer will and might of their soldiers. For over 1,000 years, one empire stood above all others, its dominion secured by an army unlike any other, the Roman legions. But these weren't born warriors, they were often simple farm boys, plucked from their fields and thrust into a crucible of steel and sweat. How did Rome take these ordinary youths and transform them into the most disciplined, feared, and effective fighting force the ancient world had ever seen? It wasn't magic, but a methodical, brutal, and unrelenting training regimen designed to strip away weakness and forge an unbreakable will. Get ready to uncover the secrets of the training that turned peasants into pistons of power. Recruitment itself was often a harsh reality. While some volunteered for the promise of glory or citizenship, many were conscripted, especially during times of war or economic hardship. A recruit, known as a hetairos, typically needed to be at least 5 Roman feet 8 inches tall, roughly 5 feet 7 inches or 170 centimeters, though this could vary. They also had to be physically robust, free of deformities, and possess a strong constitution. The initial screening was rigorous, assessing their physical capabilities and mental aptitude, as Rome couldn't afford to waste resources on unsuitable candidates. Once accepted, their old lives were instantly stripped away, replaced by the unforgiving path of a legionary, a journey from civilian to killing machine that would redefine their very identity. The moment a hetairos entered the training camp, or castra, their world changed. They were immediately issued rudimentary equipment and thrust into a regimen that began with the basics, marching. And not just any marching. Recruits were expected to cover 20 Roman miles, about 18.5 modern miles or 29.7 kilometers, in 5 hours with a regular step, and 24 Roman miles, about 22.2 modern miles or 35.7 kilometers, at a faster pace. But here's the kicker, they did this while carrying a full pack, weighing approximately 60 to 70 Roman pounds, around 40 to 45 kilograms, equivalent to a modern soldier's combat load. This wasn't just physical endurance, it was about building stamina, discipline, and the ability to move an army rapidly across vast territories, often under harsh conditions, a fundamental skill for Roman conquest. Before a legionary could wield a sharp sword, they had to master the rudis, a wooden practice sword twice the weight of a real gladius. This wasn't about mock combat, it was about developing brute strength, precise movements, and muscle memory. Coupled with a wicker shield, also heavier than its real counterpart, recruits spent countless hours striking a paulus, a wooden post embedded in the ground. They practiced thrusts, parries, and footwork, learning to hit vital points with maximum force. This repetitive, exhausting training built the foundation for their weapon proficiency, ensuring that when they finally held a gladius, it felt light and natural, an extension of their own body, ready for the brutal realities of battle. The gladius, the iconic Roman short sword, was primarily a thrusting weapon, designed for the close quarters, shield wall combat that defined Roman tactics. Recruits were taught to stab rather than slash, aiming for the torso, groin, and throat. The pilum, a heavy javelin, was equally vital. Legionaries were drilled in its precise throwing technique, designed to penetrate enemy shields and armor, or lodge firmly, forcing enemies to discard their protection. Beyond these, they practiced with the pugio, dagger, and even slings and bows, though less frequently. Each weapon required specific, meticulous training, ensuring that every legionary was a versatile and deadly asset, capable of inflicting maximum damage in any given combat scenario. Beyond individual weapon skills, the Romans were masters of formation fighting. The testudo, or tortoise formation, where shields interlocked on all sides and above, was just one example of their tactical genius. Recruits spent endless hours drilling these complex maneuvers, learning to move as a single, cohesive unit. Every man had to know his place, trust his comrades, and react instantly to commands. This demanded not just physical coordination but an almost telepathic understanding of their unit's movements. This rigorous, repetitive drill transformed a collection of individuals into an unbreakable phalanx, capable of withstanding charges, advancing relentlessly, and projecting an aura of terrifying invincibility on the battlefield. The centurion was the backbone of the legion, a seasoned veteran responsible for the training, discipline, and welfare of his century. These officers were not just leaders, they were drill sergeants, mentors, and often, brutal enforcers. They carried a vitis, a vine staff, which they weren't shy about using to mete out instant physical punishment for any infraction, no matter how minor. This harsh discipline was not just about obedience, it was about instilling an unshakable adherence to orders, even in the chaos of battle. Fear of the centurion, coupled with the desire for approval, forged a steel resolve in every recruit, ensuring that commands were followed without question, a critical element for Roman military success. Life in the Castra, the Roman military camp, was a constant cycle of rigorous physical activity. Beyond weapon drills and marches, recruits engaged in intense physical conditioning. This included running, jumping, swimming, and even mock combat exercises designed to simulate real battle conditions. They dug trenches, built fortifications, and learned vital engineering skills essential for constructing temporary camps every night on campaign. These activities weren't just about building muscle, they honed agility, stamina, and resilience, ensuring that every legionary was not only a fighter but also a builder, capable of sustaining themselves and their army in any environment, reflecting the Roman emphasis on practicality and self-sufficiency. Beyond physical prowess, Roman training heavily emphasized mental fortitude and resilience. Recruits were deliberately exposed to discomfort and hardship, meager rations, long marches in adverse weather, and constant psychological pressure from their superiors. This wasn't cruelty for its own sake, but a calculated method to harden their minds, making them accustomed to the privations and terrors of war. They learned to endure pain, fear, and fatigue, understanding that their survival, and that of their comrades, depended on their ability to push past perceived limits. This mental conditioning transformed them into psychologically robust soldiers, less likely to break under the immense stress of combat. The transition from tyro to fully fledged legionary was gradual, taking months, sometimes even a year or more. Only when a recruit demonstrated absolute proficiency in all aspects of training, marching, weapon handling, formation maneuvers, and unwavering discipline, would they be deemed ready. This culmination was not a single graduation ceremony but a continuous assessment by their centurion and senior officers. Once deemed a true legionary, they received their official armor and a gladius, signifying their transformation from an ordinary civilian into a hardened warrior, a cog in the mighty Roman war machine, ready to face the world's most formidable enemies and uphold the glory of Rome. The effectiveness of this brutal training was undeniable. Roman legions consistently defeated numerically superior forces, conquered vast territories, and maintained an empire for centuries. Their success wasn't solely due to superior technology, but overwhelmingly to the meticulous, relentless preparation of their soldiers. Every thrust of the gladius, every disciplined formation, every grueling march was a testament to the training that turned ordinary men into extraordinary warriors. This system forged not just individual fighters, but a cohesive, disciplined, and utterly ruthless fighting force that reshaped the ancient world, leaving an indelible mark on military history. But the training didn't stop once a recruit became a legionary. Continuous drill and physical conditioning were integral to military life. Even veteran soldiers maintained their skills through regular exercises, mock battles, and endless practice of formations. This perpetual state of readiness ensured that the legions remained sharp, adaptable, and always prepared for the next conflict, whether defending borders or embarking on new conquests. The Roman commitment to training was not a one-time event but a lifelong dedication, a philosophy that ensured their soldiers remained at the peak of physical and mental prowess throughout their service, a testament to Rome's enduring military genius. From the muddy fields of a Roman farm to the dusty battlefields of a conquered province, the journey of a Roman legionary was one of relentless transformation. It was a testament to the power of systematic, brutal training to forge not just soldiers, but instruments of empire. The lessons learned by these ancient warriors, discipline, endurance, teamwork, and unwavering resolve, still resonate today, informing modern military doctrines around the world. The legacy of their training is a powerful reminder that true strength often comes from the most arduous trials. What aspect of Roman legionary training surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the ancient world.